Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Barakah Qudash. Double honor to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, have mercy upon you. Alright, NBC News. Trump orders blockade of all tankers entering and leaving Venezuela. There you go, y'all. That cruel Lord. Isaiah 19. Trump is that cruel Lord still being the bully on the block. Which is that left hand of what? Of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Who's in what? Who's engulfed in what? In evils. And they can never have enough. These devils could never have enough, y'all. They done took the world. And yet they still are trying to what? Trying to take your soul, man. They rich beyond rich. And it's still not enough. Even though Trump, he's just a puppet. Working for the wicked elite. So hey, it is what it is. And soon you all gonna find out who the elite is. Present, time, and future. Because this future is captivity. So let's get into the video.
Meanwhile, tensions with Venezuela continue to escalate, with President Trump now saying he is ordering a blockade of sanctioned oil tankers both leaving and entering Venezuela. We're going to break that down in just a second. But first, new video from the Department of Defense. Just this week, the U.S. struck 3 more boats in the Eastern Pacific, killing 8 people. That brings the total number of deaths from these strikes all the way to at least 95 that we know of. But while we've got evidence of this strike, we still have not seen the video of that controversial second boat strike in the Caribbean.
Esau just literally just blowing people up, man. They ain't checking no boats. They don't know if these people fishing. They don't know what's going on. They just blowing these people up, man. Esau Edom, the wicked of the earth, man. He loved blood, boy. He loved blood. He loved to see it and he loved drinking it. The vampire of the earth.
That killed 2 survivors of an initial U.S. bombing back in September. And today, after growing demand, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said this.
In keeping with long-standing Department of War policy, Department of Defense policy, of course we're not going to release a...
Smooth words. Y'all love smooth words. This is why most of you all are still what? Still trapped in your mind concerning what? That damn Jesus. Right? Because them smooth words and that love, that love get y'all all the time. You won't believe nothing I tell you, because I tell you, because I offend you. Let me put it that way. How do I offend you? By calling you out your name, right? The Lord don't say you can't be good to, you can't be, what that precept is. I don't want to even go in there. That's in Jeremiah. I think it's 5. Y'all bear with me right quick. Gotta prove a point here. Because you all be thinking that you all are, hey, there are lessons within lessons. You don't want to hear what I got to say, go on to the next, somewhere else. But I gotta prove my point concerning Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Lord, speaking and talking about you wicked jokers. Where am I at? I think I said 5, didn't I? Yes. Let's see. Let's do a cage of a blown bird. Let's see. Let's start at verse. Let's do 25, which is Jeremiah 5:25. Your iniquities have what? Have turned away these things, and your sins have what? Have have holding good things from you. Talking about you Israelites. For among my people are found wicked men. You know, most of y'all are wicked, but you thinking you're righteous because you lack smooth words like Esau Edom, and Esau Edom had taught you to use smooth words and you, what was the word I'm looking for? You bring forth this aura of this loving spirit, which is some feminine shit. You know, it's feminine as hell, right? Men trying to be what? Trying to please people by what? Through kind words. But this is how Esau Edom tricked you Israelite, because most of y'all what? Y'all fall for kind words. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait, and he, Esau Edom, that set of snares, they set a trap, they catch men. This is what they do. This is what they're doing right now at this present moment, right? With the Venezuelans over there. They setting traps for them, right? They can't go anywhere without Esau Edom on top of them. You know, Esau Edom is like that eagle flying in the air, and you like a rabbit or a rat running, and he just waiting for that right moment to just blow you out the water. This is what he's doing. Verse 27, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Esau Edom, with his kind word, he's nothing but a liar and a deceiver. Therefore they are what? They are become great and waxing rich, meaning they're waxing rich in wickedness. Talking about you Israelites. They are waxing fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. So you Israelites, you all have definitely overpassed the deeds of the wicked. Well, let you tell it, especially Eve. What is it? Highly favored. What a little term, y'all know what I'm talking about. You highly favored. You think you highly favored in what? Because you what? Because you got this loving spirit, because you talk soft. You know, that's the trick. That's the trick behind most people's success in this devil's kingdom. Esau Edom had taught them to what? To be smooth talkers, smooth words. That is Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha. What is it? 10 and 12. Like I'm going in a whole nother lesson, ain't y'all? But hey, like I say, there are lessons within lessons. No, it ain't 10 and 12. It's 12 and 10. That's what it is. Concerning never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth. No, smooth words. That'll be. Is it 55? I think it's 55:21. I'm sorry. Damn. 55:21. Which is Psalm. I think it's Psalm 55. Y'all bear with me, y'all. You know y'all impatient as hell. You short patient because you don't know anything. You think you're smarter than the whip. And what's that? 55. What I say? 55 and 21. That's what it is. That's what it is. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, meaning in his mind. Smooth words, y'all. Kind words. Because he talks soft. Because he talks soft, and then in the process of him talking soft, he's speaking good words for what? To captivate you, your spirit, as though he care. Esau Edom is that great deceiver of all time. He's the great. Look at how people gathering around with their fake news, and like what they got to say is so important. Y'all fall for it every time, every year, every 4 years. Y'all fall for the same thing every year. And yet they continue to lie, and yet you do what? You just fall for the same thing. I hope this be the one right here. I hope these be the one. Democrat or Republican, they're all the same. Same damn bird, two wings. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His word was softer than oil, yet were they wood drawn swords. Can't get around it, y'all. Let's hit
it. Top secret, full unedited video of that to the general public.
And joining us now is NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Melanie Zanona. Melanie, this post is sending a lot of people scrambling. I imagine this is going to be hotly debated in Congress, right?
Yeah, and it comes already as there was this heated debate on Capitol Hill about congressional war powers and whether Congress needs to approve any additional strikes or escalations in Venezuela, something that the Trump administration has not been doing. And of course, obviously, this also comes on the heels of last week when the administration already seized an oil tanker off of the coast of Venezuela. So this latest move is clearly an escalation. It's going to up pressure on the Maduro regime, potentially threaten their economy, which is already struggling. And so for Republicans who are already uncomfortable with some of the actions in Venezuela or who don't have a clear picture of the end game, despite being briefed multiple times, including today, of what the end game is in Venezuela, this could lead to some really uncomfortable questions for the administration. And there are more and more Republicans who have been willing to speak out, who have been willing to stand up to the administration and say, hey, we want some more read-in here. We want some more information. We want to know exactly what the justification is, what the ramifications are. And so I think
they're giving you a justification. Esau always got a justification. Huh? To demonize what? Demonize you and say what? Drugs involved, or they're trying to save the people, many things. Esau Edom always bringing the tragedy within the country, because all of these proxy wars, they are what? They are funded by what? By the wicked elite. They are funded by the government over here in America, right? And just like those people that just American soldiers just died. The same people that they claim that took the American soldiers' lives, what happened? They are the same. What's the name of them? Hold on, let me see something. Let me Google y'all. Google y'all. Google tell you. Let's see something. Let's see if I can pull this up right quick. What was the name of the group that took the American soldiers' lives last week?
The group you're likely thinking of is the Taliban. They held Bo Bergdahl, a U.S. soldier, and released videos of him to show he was alive, specifically in late 2009 and 2010.
Taliban, y'all. Sometimes, you forget. The group you are likely thinking of is what? The Taliban, who releases videos of captured U.S. soldiers. But hey now, always remember now, always remember that these people are putting up these SOPs, just like you seen the 15 small hatters got, gunned down over there in Australia. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You gotta choose your words wisely with these devils here, who released videos of captured U.S. soldiers Bowie, and in 2019 showing him alive. No. The Taliban. Hold up, y'all. I said this week. I ain't say no. I guess I made my point. I'm talking about the Taliban anyway. Okay, let's see something. What country funds the Taliban?
The Taliban's funding comes from various sources. These include money from within the country, foreign donations from individuals in places like Saudi Arabia, and alleged state support from countries such as Pakistan, Russia, and Iran.
America does not fund the Taliban? Funny how they ain't talk now, y'all. The statement that I said America. Does America fund the Taliban?
While the U.S. government says it doesn't fund the Taliban, humanitarian aid, sent through organizations, has indirectly supported them through payments for things like taxes. Also, abandoned military equipment and funds may have ended up in Taliban hands, and there are concerns about how aid money is being used.
See that? You see how smooth the devil is? What did they say? Their weapons end up in their hands because they what? They abandoned it. They abandoned the. It's just like in these so-called black folk neighborhood, they leave a truckload of guns in your neighborhood, but they left them. I mean, how do you leave a truckload of guns? Just like how do you abandon military equipment, trucks, or whatever, you name it. You know, come on, man. They just told you right there. Let me read that. Hold on, let me read them. See if it's still on here. The U.S. government officially states it does not fund what the Taliban, but U.S. aid for humanitarian efforts in Afghanistan routed through the UN, and NGOs have indirectly supported the Taliban-controlled government through legally required payment for taxes, fees, and utilities totaling millions of dollars. Additionally, listen to this right here. This is the point. Additionally, abandoned U.S. military equipment and funds meant for the former Afghan government likely fell into Taliban hands. While the UN continued to fly large amounts of U.S. currency in the country for humanitarian aid, raising concern about the diversion. See, you know, the American people, they most of you all are y'all just dumbed down. You're dumbed down. You right? They, you know, most of the time, you know, nothing happens by chance. That's just like when these big disasters over here in America happens over here. Who you think does that? Oh my goodness, man! I'll be so glad when this place over with, man. You want to know why? Because most, you know, it's just being around. It's like being around a bunch of children, man, that don't have no sense of just sitting around waiting, their mother cooking, and they just waiting to eat. And that's all y'all care about is some damn food, the next party, the next whatever. You know, but guess what? A lot of you all feeling the strains of this wicked place now. Now you're not so impressed with America's should I say society, for lack of words. Let's get on. Let's get a little more.
I think all of that is just going to add to this ongoing conversation on Capitol Hill.
And instead, a lot of lawmakers, I mean, they're probably just seeing the news like we are, where it's posted on social media. I do want to start with the video, though, or talk a little bit about the video that it sounds like will not be released, and maybe it's raw and piratey. And then there are questions on whether the public's ever going to see it. I know we've got senators on different sides of the aisle talking about it. Let's play that real fast before we chat.
Obviously, they have issues with what is in that video, and that's why they don't want everybody to see it. What we also need is open hearings so the American public can learn about this directly from the people that they employ.
The least of my concerns is this friggin' video. Release it, make your own decisions. This is lawful.
So, question, is this video going to be released in any form, maybe with redactions, maybe with censoring, or is this video never going to be made public?
Well, it doesn't sound like it's going to be made public, and Congress can't force the Trump administration to do that. However, they can force the Trump administration to turn over this video to Congress, and that's exactly what they're doing. They actually tucked language into an annual defense policy bill that said they would essentially cut the travel budget for defense secretary. Secretary Pete Hegseth if they don't.
What that precept, I think it's Romans 16. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. Romans 16 and verse 18. Now, bear with me, y'all. I mean, it can go two ways with 16 and 18 for they. It goes into, I don't think I'm talking about, it goes to verse 8. I mean 18. For they that are such serve not our Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, but their own belly. Talking about first and foremost the Israelites, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. Meaning people that are naive. You know, this can go both ways. The Israelites preaching and to naive people, you know, you slow bellies, or should I say, right? But Esau Edom, this is Esau Edom that I'm going to refer this to. The Esau Edom is what? Those smooth words and them fair speeches that deceive the hearts, meaning the minds of what? Of the people. And they're going to continue to do this. You know, that's his blessing. That's part of Esau Edom blessing, is to what? Is to fool the people, being able to trick the people. This is why Eve, the so-called black woman, she be what? She be in a zone when Esau Edom be talking to her. She be hanging on every word that he be saying, but won't hang on anything with a so-called black man. The scriptures speak about what that is, Michael 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Meaning they're controlling all aspects of all of the things that you see that are transpiring concerning shootings, bombings, proxy wars, you name it. Esau Edom is what? It controlling all those things. But for the most part, most of you all just thinking what? That they're just random. You know, nothing happens by chance. Nothing. But foremost, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, which is the true God of heaven, he himself controls good and evil. The Lord ain't gonna do it. That's the devil. The devil doing all. Shut up. Shut the hell up. You don't know nothing. Right? For what that is, 45 and 17, 45 and 7. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make evil and create evil. I make peace. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things. The Most High do all these things. So Esau Edom is not working alone. He's on the left. Like I said earlier, he's what? He's that still that whooping stick on the left hand side. That giving. You know, this is judgment for real, for real. Esau Edom still passing out that judgment of the Lord. And he's going to continue to pass it out until what? Until Yahweh shall come down here and take him away. Take him out. Until the end, he's going to continue his reign of terror and what? And causing what? Mayhem and what? In the earth.
Turn over that unedited video of the September 2nd strikes. That bill already passed the House. It is on track to pass the Senate this week. So potentially we could see some movement there. Meanwhile, we're also hearing that both the House and Senate Armed Services Committees are set to receive briefings tomorrow with Admiral Bradley, and he is expected to show them the video. So there is a small circle on Capitol Hill that is being shown this video, but the full Congress has not seen it yet. Many lawmakers, including on the Republican side, said they want to see that video. They deserve to see that video. So potentially after this national defense bill passes, they could get a copy of that footage themselves.
And again, this is a video from September 2nd. We have seen strike after strike after strike, including in the last few days here. As for the ongoing strike, let's take a listen to what Senator Schumer had to say a little bit earlier.
Their policies in the Caribbean are unclear. We don't know what the limits are. We don't know where they'll stop. We don't know what the ultimate goal is. The president says different things at different times and contradicts himself. That's why we need full transparency.
And important to note, that was before.
He's that cruel Lord. He don't give a damn. Right? He's that cruel Lord. What that is, 19, Isaiah 19. He's the cruel Lord. He's the one that are going to, we hope that he bring forth that MOTB. Once they push forth that and push it, and you all sitting there here starving and can't buy and sell, and then you're looking around, and then like Apostle Hall always say, you're going to be you Israelites that don't teach the mark of the beast, which is the microchip. Those that don't teach it, what you gonna do? You gonna tell your people? You gonna tell your people don't take it? Nah, they ain't gonna do it. They too proud. I don't see Bishop Nathaniel telling the people that, because who's more proud than that devil? Who is more proud than that devil? Esau, even Trump is going to continue to do that blockade of the oil tankers, and they're going to continue to until war brew. Actually, verse 2, with that Michael 2:2, and they covered fields, meaning what? They take land, right? Land and take them by violence. With what? With their military. Esau Edom, the Babylon, America still controls. They still fear him. They still fear America, right? But all countries don't fear them. But let the weak say I'm strong. We're in those times that most of the people that they have been bullying, they can't bully anymore. Esau Edom is slowly losing that grip on the earth concerning him having total control in the earth to do what the hell he want to do. And they covered fields and take them by violence in houses, which goes into what family structure, saying, hey, that them oil tankers are what? Are just as shit. Man, can you imagine how many barrels of oil on them damn Venezuelan oil tankers? And take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. You gotta watch our words when we on this thing here, talking on particular subjects. Talking about particular Pacific people. Oppress a man oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Yeah, man, they have took your heritage, your name, and everything, man. And you can't even say who you are. What's that? Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, this kingdom is translated from one people to another, and those people that are going to be transferred, the kingdom going to be transferred to next in line, which is we got next. Where you be saying that? I think it don't matter. We got next, y'all. We got the earth next, y'all. And what I mean by next, meaning that what? That no one else is going to be ruling on earth but the Israelites. The rest of the nations are going into captivity under the feet of all the Israelites. Let's get this last little portion of this video here, and I'm gonna hit through precepts, and I'm gonna close this out.
The news that we just got on the blockade, right? So, what kind of role could we see Congress play as the strikes continue, or is Congress getting pretty bypassed here?
Well, Democrats are trying to force votes in both the House and the Senate this week on something known as war power resolutions. And those resolutions would essentially require congressional approval for Trump to take any additional military action in Venezuela. Now, these resolutions do have bipartisan support, but not nearly enough to pass, at least in the Senate, and certainly not enough to actually overcome a presidential veto. That being said, though, there are more and more Republicans who are growing uncomfortable with the actions in Venezuela. We'll see how this latest announcement with the oil tankers and the blockade adds to that uncomfortability among Republicans. And so if Trump continues to escalate without getting congressional buy-in, potentially we could see more Republicans siding with Democrats on those war powers resolutions.
We thank you.
No, if Trump continue to take shit, must damn escalate. Ain't no escalate. Continue to what? To take. Escalating tension. Escalating tension meaning what? Being a bully. That's what that means, y'all. Being a bully. Let's just go to what I was reading earlier, where I was quoting. I done pulled it up. Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches, gotten by deceit, taking all, they just running amok with the Venezuelan, man. When the allies gonna help, take over and defend their people, defend the Venezuelans over there, right? When it gonna happen? When the Heavenly Father release them them winds, release them. They're on the four winds of the earth, them angels on the earth to what? To release that hell on earth. That's when that's the end now. Got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people into another. Why is the earth ashes proud? Esau Edom proud as hell. There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. And who is more covetous than Esau Edom, y'all? No one. For such and one set up his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. This devil ain't gonna quit, and he's not going to quit because it's not in him to quit. Because the law is orchestrating this movie here. When you all think Esau Edom think Trump them controlling, even the wicked elite controlling the aspect, they're controlling here on earth. But the Heavenly Father is orchestrating this movie here. And we're going to see we're going to see that end real soon. Woe unto them, Esau Edom, first and foremost, the wicked elite, that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy, who is the needy? The Israelites, from judgment, and take away the right from the poor of my people, and that widows, which is the Israelites, may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. When is this going to stop? It's not going to stop, not during this time, not over here in Babylon, until Until Babylon is wasted. That's when that's going to stop. I think it was 5 and 8, which is Isaiah 5 and 8. Woe unto them that join house to house. Shit. The so-called black man, right? We are in all the ghettos doing what? He's taking everything and they still doing what? They still gunning us down. Woe unto them that join house to house. In the projects, y'all, that's us, that lay field to field. And he's going to continue to take, he goes around the whole entire earth doing what? Starting shit and taking things that don't even belong to him. Till there be no place that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. Look at the banking families. The rich are the rich. Right? The true rich. They out in the middle of nowhere. They probably got tens of thousands of acres surrounding their one home. That one house, y'all. That they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. Damn, boy. Esau, Edom are occupying what? All the land, man, to themselves. Hey, these devils occupying all the land to themselves, y'all. How you gonna get around it, man? Woo! But they really doing. They have really done a number on us, y'all. Psalms. Let's go to Psalms. What I want? 37. Psalm 37 in verse 37 and 10. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be ye. Thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. Soon, y'all. Soon. But the meek, meaning what? The Israelites, the elect, the one that has the what? The fruit of the Spirit, shall inherit the what? The earth. Start with the 144,000 of men, then women and children, and shall delight themselves in what? The abundance of peace. The wicked, Esau, plotteth against the what? The just. Who's the just? The Israelites. And part of that them plotting against us, they are still upset and going to be upset and angry. And they are definitely going to try to establish their own birthright. They want that birthright back, even though it wasn't even for them. It wasn't for them initially anyway, right? This is the Lord's movement. Can't say it enough. He's the one what orchestrating this movement and the ending of this movement. And it is clear that what that the Israelite will be what in the end they're going to be the what the rulers of the earth. The wicked plot up against the just and gnasheth upon him with his what? His teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. They see it. Why do you think they moving along the way they moving quite fast? Why? Because Revelation 12 and 12, that devil is about to come down like no other. Huh? And days are going to get what? More and more evil than what? Than the earth has ever seen. Y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that because y'all still around here calling on Jesus. And Jesus he can't save you in what? In these last days. What are they? Ecclesiasticus 40 and verse 12. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out, but true dealings shall endure forever. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked in authority, the people moan. This is why the earth is moaning in the manner that it is moaning, because why? The wicked still bears rule in the earth. And they're going to what? The people are going to continue to catch hell as long as Esau, Edom remain to be what? On the left-hand side of Yahweh Shah, and having what? Having that power and authority in the earth. 17 and 9, Psalm 17 and 9. From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies. And Esau, Edom is not the only enemy of what? Of the Israelites. All of the nations outside of the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives of this land, we have enemies. And they are the other nations. From the wicked, Esau, Edom, that oppress me, from my deadly enemies, who compass me about. They, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, are enclosed in their what? In their own fat. They rich as hell. And they still taking tankers, and they can't have enough. They're enclosed in their fat with their mouth. They speak what? Proudly. And they're going to continue to speak proudly, and they're going to continue to think that what? That their house is going to continue forever. Verse 11. They, Esau, have now compassed us. They have been compassed as Israelites. And we're going to remain under the bottom of the feet of the vagabond of the earth, which is Esau, Edom, until Yahweh Shah come and save us. Nobody's going to save us but Yahweh Shah. who y'all ignorantly call Jesus, compares us in what? In our steps. Huh? Our steps meaning what? We ain't got shit. We poor as hell. They have set their what? Their eyes bowing down to the earth. Huh? Every opportunity, every chance they get. You know, you can find the poorest of a so-called white man walking the street being a damn bum. Jake could be a millionaire, and he's still gonna look down on who? On Jake. Like as a lion that is greedy of his what? Of his prey. As it were a young lion lurking in secret. And they're going to, you can best believe, they're going to push that new world order real soon. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him. Cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is what? Thy sword. Which is Esau Edom is that his blessing was the sword. Starting with the what? The gun. Today's gun, today's sword, today is what? Is that gun. And for mass destruction is those nuclear missiles. But this is Saul at this time. Right? Those of y'all know who Saul is. Y'all bear with me. Okay. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, Esau Edom, from men which are what? Of thy hand, meaning thy left hand, O Lord Yahweh, from men of the world which have what? Have their portion in this life. What does that mean? That means that Esau Edom, he is the what? He is the ruler of this world. This is not your rest, you Israelite. This place here, this world, the Esau Edom kingdom, is not your rest. They are the rulers, and they're going to remain the rulers until Yahweh Shai, who y'all equally call Jesus, come back and free us. Can't say it enough. And whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure, they are full of children. Full of children. They peaceful, happy, life. They sitting around in what? In multi-million-dollar homes, enjoying themselves, enjoying life. And leave the rest of their what? Their substance to what? Their babes. Meaning their inheritance. We don't have anything left to us but a what? But a memory of what? Of a fading of what? Of being in captivity and catching hell in this devil's kingdom. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake. With what? With thy likeness. And that likeness, it goes into what? Them being what? Judgment of what? Of the heathens. That's that likeness. So this is why we what? We do what we do. We preach the word, give warning to what? First and foremost, the Israelites. Which is you 2/3. But hey, can't forget 1/3. We got to gather the what? The 1/3 of the children of Israel for what? Until they are gathered, start with the 144,000. This place is not going anywhere until what? Until that field, or should I say, those Israelites. I'm tired, y'all. Y'all bear with me. It's kind of late. But I'm going to close this out. I'm going to call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Bakar Kudash. Shalom.